Okay, let's see if we are live. Yes, we're live there, here. Yes, we are live and nice. Okay, let's go. Hello, everyone. My name is Juan Sepulveda. I have 14 years of experience in software engineering, and I continue with the series of creating an app every week. This week, we are building an app that takes your screenshot. It copies, it uploads the file to an external server. We have the SFTP server working. And just to recap what we have done, the inspiration of the app came from this tweet from Levels.io. And also yesterday, I noticed that Theo as well commented something about this app. Um, like, for example, people like, using the Cloud Code CLI, or they are coding through CSH, and how to share a screenshot. So that is the problem that we are solving. We're going to provide an easy and fast way for you to share your screenshot. Okay. But before that, I wanted to talk about a little bit of something that has created controversy in the community lately. And this was the rewrites in Rust of Bun. Even if you don't know, Bun is a JavaScript a runtime a project. Is very fast, and Jared Sommer, which is the creator of this project, um, he created a project on SIG, with which is a very interesting programming language. Anyway, uh, but there were so many stability issues related to memory and stuff like that, where a Rust implementation will have solved that issue. No memory leaks or harder to find. But this had like 1 million additions, only for 1,000 removals. It's huge. It has been a quite a reaction throughout the dev community. I think it's going to be very good. Uh, and I think this uh, work is going to be successful because Jared is such a competent developer. So also they, as long as trying to have 100% compatibility with Node, they have a bunch of tests testing the behavior of what Bond is supposed to do, and they are passing now. And this only took 5 days, but there are thousands of commits, and this just show how powerful LLM tools are. And obviously, they have um, unlimited bandwidth to use, unlimited tokens from Anthropic, because Anthropic acquire Bond. So anyway, I wanted to share a little bit of that before we can continue our journey. Just to recap, this is this more or less the design that we're going to do. There is a ton of work that we have to do, but yesterday we were able to successfully upload the files into the SFTP server. So let me do that now. Let's see if it's working. Still working. Ooh, yay. Let's see if it was uploaded to the SFTP server. Mhm. And if I go to upload, less, and we have this is the that is perfect. Okay, seems to be still working. Yep, there we go. Fair enough. Okay, seems to be working. Today I want to do a few things. I don't like having the light theme, so because and the dark thing is not it's okay, but if we go to the onboarding, for example, it doesn't look very good. So what I'm going to say to the cursor is to implement the dark theme. So I'm going to export this. And let me grab that into cursor. What is cursor? Design. Cancel. Let me put it in. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to rename it to dark theme. Okay, let me create a new one. Implement the dark theme colors. And here, as we know that Citadel is working, yesterday I had some issues with the SMTP server. It turned out that I made a mistake in the configuration of the folder where we were uploading the files. But anyways, we ended up testing two libraries, one which is MFT and the other one is Citadel. Now, Citadel there is a Swift package, so it's much more easier to use, but their errors are not very useful. It just says that, for example, it failed, and when we integrated the NFT library, it was more useful. So, but the problem with the NFT is that you have to clone the project, you have to link the library, and you have to do all of that manually. And you have to bring all that vendor code into your code, all the library, instead of being handled by the package, which it has its advantages, but I don't want to deal with that. Let's remove. I'm going to ask them to remove then N50 implementation folder and code changes. Okay, so let's see what it has done for our project. Okay, let me, while it's removing the dependency, let's see if we can run it with the dark theme to see if it is working as expected. Let's create a list of to do for today's stream. So we are on track. Let me here. Today. So later. So today we have dark theme implementation. dark thing, remove NFT dependency, and let's see what else. Oh, my computer is slow. It's getting slow. It's taking quite a bit of usages. So we are going to remove the pen thing C. And we are going to continue implementing the different targets. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add support for the S3 target, and I will also, so there are many things. Okay, so save configurations to keychain. Support AWS S3 upload. Update. Let's first to update the design of the upload target. Okay. Save the conversion to the keychain. We need to save the state of the onboarding. So when we close the app, we are going to we can continue where we left off. Okay. Looks like it finished removing all of that. Let me see. Perfect. Destination selection. Remove that. That's one. Attribute. Nice. And I also want to create a default development from a file. Yep. It's going to be simple. We can create a JSON or from environment variables, but it's easier for JSON. Easier to understand. Okay, so let's see if the app works. Oh, I didn't see the app in the dark thing really. Okay, this doesn't look that bad. Okay, we're going to leave the dark thing for later, but it looking very, very bad. AI is not very good at design. Well, at least this one. Okay, so that is fine. I care more about the functionality for now. Obviously, we have to approve that. Okay, okay. Reset boarding. While it's doing that, let me say And by the end of the onboarding screen does not look good, and the other screens also it's work. I don't like the CTA here. It doesn't look good. The background does not match, so we have to take care of that, and it's the same for all the screens. Okay, so our plan is to support S3 upload, and let's do that. And this, we did that. Oh, I need to test that is working, so let me reset the capture and install that later, updates. But in the meantime, for S3 upload, we load target. Sign, permission, shortcut, destination selection. We make the screen match. Okay, so first add a button to. Okay, let's do this. Let's just start planning here, and we're going to see what it's named from. And from there, we are going to see what it might be missing. Ah, it doesn't look very good still. Never mind. Nice. Okay, that seems to be working. Let me see the plan. I don't know if people want to, why I'm adding a S3 upload. We don't need that. If people ask for it, then we're going to do that. What I know is that some people are asking for SFTP server configuration, and we're going to do that. So we're going to skip the S3 upload configuration. We're not going to do that right now. Okay, so we're going to remove this. We don't need that. We don't need it. Why? No one asked for. So what we really need is the cloud for us. So we need an endpoint that we can upload the file. And we're going to provide the schemas and all the OpenAPI specification for this endpoint so that anyone can create their custom endpoint and if they want to upload there. But for now, what we're going to do is have our cloud and the SFTP configuration. If people ask for more for other configurations, then we're going to add those. Okay, let's stick with the minimum product. Okay, so I'm not going to do that. Um, let's okay. So if we're not going to do that, then we're going to create an endpoint. Create endpoint to support file uploads. Okay, so we're going to have the endpoint. For now, I just want the endpoint to be working even if it is a local host and is uploaded and find file there. Later, we're going to add AWS S3 upload, but for now, I just want this. So once we have this, we're going to do the deployment and let's see how that lays out. But we only need the contract, the endpoint, and the API. Okay, so let's try to do that. I want to create an endpoint where we can add support for files uploads. The goal is that the app is going to send the files to this, and we're going to upload it and return an URL so that we can share that and save that and copy that to the clipboard. Create in the repo, in another folder, the backend implementation. For this, I'm thinking I want the minimal Go setup for the endpoint. And for now, the endpoint is going to accept the file, save it locally, and return a URL. So we need to accept the file and return the URL. I just want a minimal Go implementation. Let's start planning that. And the idea is, okay, so the idea is that we have our app, and then, oops, we have our app, right? And then here we have our endpoint. And for now, oops, for now it's going just to say to point like this. And here we can have whatever we want. So here in development, again, just have like a local file save, and then we can have also when we deploy this, we can have this in AWS, and that's it. Let me change something in my life. 1 second. AWS. And never mind. Let's go back to, okay, so this is what we're going to do. If we get to the point today of, okay, we have wrap, we have endpoint, and it's going to have, we're going to create endpoint to the stage or prod. It's going to be AWS, and that's it. And for all of these, we're going to use infrastructure as a code so we can manage very easily our services and we can scale if needed. Okay, let's see. Let's go backend under, create a folder under apps called backend. And this is good enough for now. So apps slash backend. I don't know if I submit. Okay. So how should we handle if not? Then go pick up the cleaner. What is that? No, I meant to say, and then we get the URL and paste it into the clipboard, the returned URL from the file, the loaded file. Think deeply of any other questions that you may have or scenarios that we are not thinking right now. We should limit the scope of the changes minimal. So let me commit. You're going to commit the changes that we have right now. So that I started adding the backend changes. Going to, okay. Let me see. This is very the bracket only implement single upload emphasis, open file, saved locally and returns URL. The URL remains the okay. Okay. Nice. 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 Fair enough. This is perfect. Oops. Never mind. I don't know Go, but what I like about Go is that is a single binary that we can deploy it. And it's very simple, very easy to set up. And Go is very similar to TypeScript. Or I should say that TypeScript is similar to Go. Never mind. But even the TypeScript compiler is ported to Go, which is very interesting that they didn't choose C#. But anyway, and it's very simple, very straightforward. So then once we have this working, there are many of, I don't want to do a lot of stuff because I just want to get the minimal possible. Okay, so we have the main, make our deal, upload there. So we have this contents. Okay, yeah, that sounds fair. So we create the handler. I don't know what this is. Server instance file handle. All right. Okay. Nice. So here, I guess, is that handle upload. I don't know how this is set up. Let me see. Okay. So handle function, we have the upload and that. Yeah, interesting. It's creating the files directory endpoint. It's creating a files endpoint with the directory of the loads there. And here is, I don't know what this means. Okay. But looks very straightforward. So handle upload, this method is no post, method not allowed, perfect, body, blah, blah, blah. If form file does not have file, it's perfect. Destination path will appears plus the file name. Okay, okay, it's getting the extension. Oh, wasted. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. So it says here, it says, okay, let's see if that works. Apps backend, go build. All right. All right. Let's do create a request to test the endpoint. What happens? Okay, let's see. Okay, it worked. Really? What did it try to upload? What is this? Oh, okay. Let me see. Kill process. I never learned running on ports 8080. I've never learned that command to kill. Nice. Okay, let me try to do this. Okay, so I have this. Mm-hmm. And where are they? Yes. Let me remove all. Okay, I need this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Hello. Okay, I think this should be good. Now let's add support. Add support for our endpoint in Jap. I see. When we select the cloud option, we are going to use the endpoint to upload the file. While that is doing that, I want to see, I want to really see the dark theme here created. So I'm going to say to this, create the create the dark theme versions of these screens. Okay. Nice. Yep. This is what I want. Let me, if I do build here, oh, can I choose premium? Oh, yes. I think premium is good enough to, good enough to do this. So, yeah. Because Cloud Code, the Sonnet and Opus model are too expensive. So, I don't think they are worth it. Ooh. What that is going on? Let me continue reading the code. I don't know what are these. If I need to commit this. Hmm. What happened here? Oh, Let me have that apps backend, like the backend. So everything is I wonder if I delete this, what will happen? Okay, so let me see what change. Readme here. This is the backend. This is the readme. This is when we remove the FTP configuration. This is mine, yes. This sounds good. Nice. Okay, very nice. Wow. With this, you can add configurations. Interesting. Oh, look at that. That means that I can have that environment variable in my computer and interesting. Okay, so I have that TRL contents of, I don't know what this is doing, but endpoint URL. So we have that content type. Okay, yes, from data, file name, file. Okay. Okay. Doesn't look too crazy. Normally, all of these we use a library in Node.js, but okay. This is the cloud setup. And that's fine. Okay. Sounds good. That's good. Let's see if the app runs. For me, if we can upload the file to or endpoint, I will call that a win. Okay. Okay. I don't like that. Okay, so maybe I just need to update this. Okay. It's taking too much time to run. Let me stop it and run it again. At least we don't have any. Okay, this looks better. We need to reset screen capture. Okay, it's not a bad looking. Ah, still, I don't like this foreground and background. Uh, okay. Da, da, da. And this kept. Ooh, it failed because it's not running. Okay, so let's do the following. So here we're going to have our backend up running, and here we're going to have our log, so we can see the log. Now let's capture the screen, network error. Let's see what it says here. No, clear backend. I might check the load URL slash upload. This is the upload URL. Okay. And so I think we need to restart this and filter again. Yay! Okay, okay. So it says that upload the step completed, but I don't think it worked. It's only, yeah, it's not configured. We need to, let me clear this screen. We need to hate that, hate that. Network error, okay. We're getting there, but we are not getting the request. Huh. Okay, let me see. Go. Handle uploads. Add more logging to logs to the endpoint. I want to see if at least we are getting something, but I don't see it. Go build. That was very fast. I love that. Okay. So there is a network, it says network error, but I want to see HTTP log transport. How is the log added here? Oh, why? Never mind. So we have that. Let me restart the build. Oh, I think I see the error. No, it's there. Because it said here that it could not found. Ah, okay. It could not found the host name. Interesting. Why though? Why is okay? Let me let me start this again, and I want to see the URL. I hate that I have to reset every time. I hate that. Okay. Let's see the logs. Okay. This is interesting. I never think something like that. Like the logger, you can have private and public information. That is very cool. I think I need to reset the permissions. Okay. Network error. Nice. I didn't get anything there. And here, upload starts, local file, endpoint uploads. Okay. And here, let me click this and run it again. So you can see the logs here. Okay, that looks good. Dun, 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 capture screen. It's just adding uploads and it's not. I don't think that is necessary to do. That doesn't make sense. Okay, Internet config parsing not okay from xconfig bar, not network logic. In xconfig, okay, I see. That was the issue. Um, let's see if it work. Yeah. Let me take a screenshot like that. Where is my app? Let me like this. Yay! It's working. This is beautiful. I love that feeling when you are working on a project, something is not working, and then it is suddenly working. I love that. Wow. Okay. So it's looking very good. And let me see if no, do. Okay. Okay. So there are many things that we have to fix because if we upload the file, we need to also copy the URL from the server. So, yep, that is beautiful. That is just such a beautiful. I love that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is okay, I want to fix a few quality of issues, quality of life issues. So, for example, I don't think the screen permissions recording, we're going to fix that today because I have to reset it every time. I have to quit and open the app every time. So I don't like that. Okay. Um, I think, okay, so here, I want to use my own okay. I have let me fix the um, copy to clipboard. Okay, the upload is working. I want to put your recommended label. Wow. Okay. So let's go back to our to-do list. So create endpoint to support that. So we have that. And we updated the design of the upload target of destination. Okay, let me see if that is. How do I jump into a navigate using tab? Jump to definition. No, that is for me. Let me ask the assistant. How do what is the shortcut to jump to a file? Command Shift O, open quickly. Nice. So this is destination view. Okay, let's see the canvas to see if it is working. It's not aligned. Let's let me fix it manually. Hold that. Recommend page stats recommended. Destination card. Destination card. Divider bullet points. Transition. Title. It's selected. Spacer. Page stats. If hashtag uppercase size for adding horizontal background offset. No. Okay. I think that is fine, but I want this to be 16. That looks good. That is the check. Title, if bullet points, yes, third bullet points there. It's selected foreground applicant. Spacer, okay. Spacing 12, okay. I think that looks more or less good. It's not perfect by any means. I'm not a designer by any means. Uh, because this outside, but for me it's good enough. For me, but if I do, let me see if I can bullet points, patch. What is the patch? That's no. If I say 0, I think this is CSS. Never mind, never mind. This is good enough for me for now. It looks good. It's not like design, which is like that, but fair enough, close enough. I think. Uh, okay. What else can we do? Save to stay. Okay. So let's do with this. Save the configurations to the keychain. The resets. Let me try the new agent. Set the compression to the keychain. And also, now we are getting to the point that we may want to introduce test because we are going to be adding more and more features, and to be manually testing all of that is not good. So I want to see how we can add test. I have not a lot of experience in Swift, but I want to do as much test as possible. So click reset onboarding, it should remove also the configuration from the keychain. And we can, I think we can do one at a time. Or multitask, maybe use multitask. Save the state of the onboarding so that if I quit the application when it's open again, I can continue. So I think we have that, and the next session that we're going to do, we're going to continue on the endpoint so that we have a staging environment in AWS and say production environment. I mean, staging environment for now in AWS should be fine. Yeah, we deployed the Go build. That's it. Yeah, fair enough to me. And what else? There is a lot to do. Okay. Obviously, for our endpoint is going to be very simple. We are just going to upload straight to S3, and that's it. Yep. Let me close that. In the meantime, other resolved down handles. I want to see. I want to implement a test strategy that will help me test the code well and adding more features. I don't want to test the UI for we are going to do a research on that. Okay. While we are looking at the code, let me build the app. And let's see if we save that. Save separate for key. Okay, nice. Fair enough. Fair enough. Here we have the right service and upload. Okay, target, provider, and password. Yeah, but here, yeah, I don't think it's saving the app state. Okay, so it's only the password. Okay, the target I think is going to save more information. Let me see. It's target JSON. Persist upload configuration. Okay. I don't know why we need task, but it's I guess for concurrency things. Okay, now okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Still building. Get started. Let's see. Ooh. Okay, so we have that. Is going to ask for permissions, which is not granted. So if the persistence is working, when I reload here, we should be able to save the file in the SFTP server. Yes. Yes, baby. Okay, so that is working. Now let's also do one final thing, which is this. So when I quit and open, for example, when what is the this is a no mode multitask. I don't know what it's doing, but this should be more quick. Um, let's go back to our to-do list and let's add the few more. I think this is already done. And here, deploy. Okay. Add support for. This is going to be for tomorrow. Tomorrow. Okay, so today we have this, this, and we're doing this while the app will be building. Let me click this and also let me reset the screen capture permissions. But support for S3 instead of uh, hmm. I mean, this is right. We are saving, but I don't know if I want this because it might scare the users. Like, what is this doing? That was too much. Huh. Like I don't want to be doing this. What is the hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Hmm. Well, maybe. Okay, so if I click this, uh, perfect. If I click that now, perfect. We need to update the this to be in a separate window. When I do this, I go to the Nets window. I don't, I don't want to see that. But that will be for tomorrow instead of locals file update when selected custom destination. Go to the configuration page. Okay, so this is blah blah blah. Okay, okay. But the keychain is a pain in the ass if I save that information. I don't know if because if I save that and then I ask, uh, what is what is this trying to read in the keychain? People get nervous about that, so we might need to have another way of mm, saving the configuration safely so that we don't have to do that. Let me check. That's the configuration. but I don't know a lot about this because the remove keychain permission dialog asking permissions. What if I set the keychain? Why it is asking me again? This might be because of the build um, that we created a new build, and that's why. Like for example, if I in first step, burdens review, restore stone. I don't know if I change this to be like that. Let me create a new build. So, so if I run that again, I think it would. But I don't have. It's not configured. But let's see. Let me see now if it is going to ask me about that. Hate that. I hate that. Okay, so let's see. Stop it. Okay, nice. If now set this and let me change this back. If I run this again, if I'm not mistaken, I exactly. Maybe this won't be an issue in the actual build, but I don't know. Like, what do you, why? I said always allow. Why it's asking me again? It might be due to a bad implementation, but yeah. Oh, interesting. I think I reset. Okay. The SFTP server is a bit slow, but anyways, um, and or okay. So I think we are good. I'm going to end the stream here. We were able to add the direct theme, change the design of some screens, add a backend with an upload endpoint to upload files. Yeah, we added the we can restore the onboarding. So if I quit the app in the middle of the onboarding, we can restore that. Yeah, it's working with the custom upload and the SFTP server. Okay, thank you so much for watching.